Hey y'all, I want to ask you a question. Do you find yourself in more of a situation where you're the giver or the receiver? Get your mind out the gutter. Well, a lot of people find themselves in the place of the receiver. And we don't mean to be there. As a receiver, you are often, I want to say looking for handouts, but you might not necessarily be looking for the handout unless you are. But sometimes we just feel like we should get something. We're entitled. Why didn't you notice? I should get a prize. Someone pat me on the back. Where's my high five? Looking for words of gratification after you do something for someone. Yes, in that situation, you did do something, but you're looking for a return. So you're still kind of the receiver. You get where I'm going with this? But, and I'm guilty of this also, so don't ever think that I'm not talking to myself first. I can tell you, actually, I just woke up from understanding that I was in a cloud of receiving. Like, I do feel like I was going through a lot. I felt like there was a lot on my plate and I didn't have time for too much of anything else. But that is very selfish, and it's not ugly because I want to grow from it. But if it was a behavior that continued and that became a part of my personality, then. But what a difference in the walk of life when you find yourself being the giver. And of course, like, this is something that is in the Bible and it is about giving, but it's a little bit more than that. Like, yes, it's good to have more finances so you can give more financial help, but that's not the only form of giving. Sometimes just giving your time to your friends and family and loved ones, just giving extra gentleness of love to someone you see needs catering to, giving your kindness to strangers, that's my favorite one, giving a smile for no reason. These are all small tokens of giving. And I'm not that I want you to think about the receiving part, but there is greatness that comes with giving. So when you give respect, you'll be surprised at the amount of joy that you get. When you give truth, you'll be surprised at the amount of trust. And when you give persistence, you will definitely receive cooperation. Having those things are good representation of the amount that you give. And it definitely is more fulfilling and satisfying to be a giver. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It's not always money. Sometimes my favorite form of giving is giving thoughts. If there's a situation I find myself in and I want to make sure the best Akila comes forward, I say, give me a moment so I can think about that. So when I come back, I have the most refreshing, self-filling, understanding, clarity of what needs to happen or what needs to be said or what needs to be done or whatever. You know what I mean. But let's think about it. Let's think about how we can find more ways to give. And it's so many things that need giving now in the world. We need trees, we need air, we need water. If you find yourself on the blessed side to be able to give whatever it is, why not? And do me a favor, I am going to be a taker. I'll see you next week. Oh, and look for all my new kudos coming. And why we do that, smile.